Hey yo, what up? What up? It's Lamech with Sly Sports TV back at you with another one. So real quick, we're gonna talk about Coach Prime and his Colorado Buffaloes. Um, they kind of hit this college football season. Um, they kind of took the college football season by storm. Um, with some really big early wins in the season. Um, a lot of people gravitated towards this team for various reasons. You know, you have a lot of people that gravitated towards this team um, behind Deion Sanders' magnetism. Let's face it, the guy has tremendous it factor. You know, like if you look up it factor in the dictionary, you probably see this guy's face, right? Um, he's Deion Sanders is a 101. You know, just a tremendous high motor football player, cornerback, the best cornerback ever, right? He's the Michael Jordan of cornerbacks, right? You throw it over there, you're risking a touchdown going the other way every single time, you know. And he's just one of these guys that he's just good at most things that he does. I'm trying to think of something that he wasn't good at. I mean, like I said, the guy played professional baseball. You know, he played professional baseball at the same time. At the same time, he was the best cornerback in the league. He was also an outstanding baseball player. Played for the fucking Yankees. Played for the Cincinnati Reds. Right? Just a phenomenal athlete. You know, you won't see this again. But that kind of brings me to my point. You won't see this again. You absolutely will not. And just looking at how Coach Prime's team, his team, um, how they go out and show up, it kind of seems like they believe that they can feed off of his career. But that's not how it works. You know, that's not how it works. And I'm not coming down on Dion. Um, I'm not coming down on him. Like life is a process. Coaching is a process. I'm sure he's learning now. The way he coached Jackson State is not gonna be um, the way he coaches this team, right? It can't be, right? At Jackson State, he was literally bringing attention to that school, a school that didn't have it. So he's like basically creating uh, a culture there. Now with Colorado, they not, they're a little bit more of a known school than Jackson State, but I think there's some culture stuff going on there as well. They're not haven't been known for lots of wins and like that, but Dion was able to go there and bring a lot of eyeballs to that school. And by eyeballs, I mean money, right? Because that's how it works. In today's world, the more attention, the more social media views, uh, the more interviews, all that shit translates to money. It all translates to money. You best believe he's getting these guys the best deals. He business wise, outstanding, right? He's getting those guys paid, and that's cool. But there's a flip side to that. There's a flip side to that. And I think he's learning that now. Um, you're taking kids, right? These ain't NFL players. These are, and I gotta, maybe I shouldn't call them kids because these guys are in their 20s. They're young adults, okay? They're young adults. I could call them kids, but let's just keep it real. They're young adults. If they go out and pull a trigger on somebody, they're going to jail, right? They're going to be tried as adults. That's facts, right? So, They're young adults, very impressionable young adults, not used to getting this much attention. Not this much. The lights are shining really, really bright on these kids, right? And there it goes. I said it again. Um, but the lights are shining really bright, and everybody can't handle that. Everybody can't handle that, right? Some of these guys, I'll just say this. I think we're gonna see a change. We'll see Coach Prime's we will see his coaching style change. It will morph, right? Because it's one thing to get the attention, It's one thing to get the attention, but if you don't want to be a flash in the pan, a star that shines too bright and fizzles out just as fast, it's about keeping the attention, right? It's about maintaining a level. It's not about hitting the ground and burning out in the middle of the season. Not that I think that's what they're going to do, but this team isn't ready to compete for a national championship yet. And that's okay. It's his first year. It's his first season coaching. That wouldn't be it wouldn't be realistic, right? It wouldn't be realistic. So I think we're going to see a morph in his coaching style. I think he will I don't know the word, if the word is rein it in, but I do think he will tone it down a bit, right? Not because of any outside, not to appease any outside noise. He don't give a fuck about haters, right? He don't care about that. If it was just about the haters, he'd probably turn it up a notch. But it's not. I don't think it's about the haters with this guy. I think it's about those kids. It's about those young men that he's coaching. He knows for himself and for that team, for that school, for the job he has to do there, he has to raise those guys up mentally, right? He has to raise those guys up mentally. You can't go into a game up 29-0, not 29-14, not 29-10, like 29-0. That game is over. Like some things we don't have to know the analytics behind it. When you go into a game 29, when you go into a half 29-0, right? And you end up losing, that anybody who's played sports knows what happened. Your guys took their foot off the gas. Guys started looking at other stuff, counting money, right? Counting pussy, how much pussy they're gonna get throughout the week because of the win. Not focused on football. But why? How can that happen? It's because of all the flashy stuff, right? Everybody can't handle that. Got to bring it back to football. You got to bring it back to football and leave some of that other shit off the field. Young Shedeur, great. Well, he's a good player. He's definitely gonna. He has a lot of promise. But I also see some red flags. Right? Too much going back and forth with his dad. Too much hamming it up for the cameras. A little bit too much of that. I get it. You're the quarterback, used to the attention. You're the quarterback. You're the quarterback of your team. Coach Prime is your dad. This is what top of the world looks like. Right? So it ain't no hate, bro. Like this kid, hey, props to Shedeur, right? Props to Shedeur. But I do see a lot of how should I say it? how should I say it? All icing and no cake. You ever heard that term? All icing and no cake. See, and it's easy. I can see how easy it would be for a kid of Deion Sanders, or even not even his, but like the kids on his team. I could see how easily they would fall into that trap. Why? Because Deion was so fucking flashy, right? He's so flashy, like so flashy. Like the wristbands, like everything, like the style, the way he was, uniform, everything. Everything he did was it was flashy. The high stepping into the end zone, the hot takes on the microphone, like just Deion was that. Deion is him. But guess what else Deion was? Deion was a fucking dog on the football field. Deion was a workaholic on the football field. Deion didn't take plays off on the football field. Deion was a shutdown cornerback. Every play, he was going to be in your face. Every play, he was going to be locked in. Every play, he's going for your throat. There wasn't no smiling on the field with Deion Sanders. All that stuff, he had the perfect mixture. All that stuff came, hey, after the game, yeah, now I'm going to show my ass. During this game, I'm on you. And it ain't no laughing matter. Ain't no fun and games. Deion didn't talk trash on the field. Go back and watch him. There wasn't no trash talk. The only flash Deion would give you is after he went out there and showed up and showed out. That's what this kid got to get to. And a lot of people will say, well, damn, Lamech, he put up 40-something points in the game. What the fuck? You want him to go out there and play defense? I mean, I would expect some folks to say that. I would just leave it there. I would expect some people to say that. But then you, as a person who watches football, who knows the game, you know it's more to it than that. When you're up 29-0 and you end up with 40-some points and the other team ends up beating you, guess what that means? Oh, you turned the ball over. You didn't maintain whatever you had going on in the first half, right? You had some 3-and-outs. You turned the ball over and you allowed that team to get back into the game. It's that simple. Because 29-0, I'm not saying you're going to put up a 30 points in the second half. Maybe you don't. But you have to keep the same level of intensity. You have to keep the same level of intensity. Like and here's the other thing. When you taunt people and you showboat and you say, you rub it in, you can't be a sore winner. That's like one of the worst things you can be, a sore winner. Like when you rubbing stuff in people's faces after victories and putting your wrist up, showing your designer watch on the football field, right? You're doing all this stuff. That means you premeditatedly brought that watch down to the field before the game. Before the game, you were thinking about the watch and bringing that down. See, that's too much. It's a fine line between, how should I say it? It's a fine line between gamesmanship and just being tacky, right? Just being tacky. And it's kind of hard to explain, but we do know it when we see it. You don't want to be all icing and no cake. Not now. When you're so close to reaching your goal, so close to getting to the NFL as a quarterback, right? Deion Sanders' son, quarterback, makes it to the NFL. But you don't just want to make it there. You want to be him. You want to be that guy. Gotta put football in the front and put the rest of that shit to the back. The accolades are gonna come. The accolades are gonna come. And it's better when you don't taunt. It's better when you just have people just showering praises on you and you just take it gracefully. Like, what are you taunting for? You have no reason to be upset. Everybody, the whole country is behind you. And of course, it's gonna be when you got a country that's behind you. Of course, you're gonna have people who are against you. That's another thing, man. That's another thing I want to talk about. Some of you niggas, man, like y'all sound like bitches, man. Oh, they hating on Coach Prime. They hating on this. They race. They hating on. Look. That ain't no alpha dog shit, bruh. The alpha gotta embrace being hated. You gotta embrace being hated, man. You stand on your square and you just gotta know arrows are gonna fly your way. And you gotta take it and take your own shots. Right? But all that crying, stop hating on Coach Prime. Like, stop that shit, man. This comes with the territory. It comes with the territory. If you stand on your square, especially if you bold and you speak like Deion, like you talk like that, you think people ain't gonna line up to be like, yeah, we gotta get this guy. Of course they are. That ain't exclusive to Coach Prime. Shut the hell up. You know how many people hated Coach K from Duke? You know how many coaches wanted to stick it to him? If you're good, people gonna want to stick it to you. Pause. You don't hear a bunch of people talking about, stop hating on Coach K. Don't, like, cut that shit out. That's fatherless talk. That's fatherless talk. If you good, enemies gonna come, deal with it. Deal with it. Now, for guys like Whitlock, who basically, as soon as Coach Prime hit the ground at Colorado, like, now he just harped on him and, like, started talking about his sexuality, talking about making up shit about his sexuality, by the way. Talking about his religion, talking about his relationship with God. No, yeah, that's too much. But people just rooting against his team, talking shit about his team. Like, come on, man. Come on. Everybody ain't. See, the problem is a lot of y'all are idolaters. Soon as somebody with some gusto, like Deion Sanders, or you know, in this case it's Deion Sanders. Some people it might be LeBron James or some other star, and it's like you got to throw your whole body behind it and take bullets for this motherfucker. Deion Sanders is a college football coach. That's it. He's a college football coach. He's not a civil rights figure. He's not a biblical figure. He's not, like, chill out. And don't make it a race thing. Don't make it a race thing, because I'll embarrass you. Why is Eddie George not getting no support? Why is Eddie George not getting no support? Is it because he's not flashy? What is it? He's a black coach. He was in the NFL, great player in the NFL. I'm not saying you should, but that's the thing. I don't get behind teams because, this coach went there. Like, coaches don't play. I'm not really huge college football fan anyway, but like, if I was, it'd be based on the school. Right? It'd be based on the school, not I'm some Deion super fan, so I gotta throw all my support, all my body weight behind Colorado Buffaloes. And anybody that don't is a hater. Anybody that don't is an Uncle Tom or racist or, well, whatever stupid shit you niggas be coming up with, man. It's college sports. People gonna root, like, you expect somebody that graduated from Stanford to root for Colorado? You expect somebody they went to USC or graduated from Oregon or went to some other school They're just supposed to just drop everything and root for Colorado, or they racist or hater. Shut the hell up. But at the end of the day, man, I think Coach Prime, I think his team, they'll be okay. They'll be finished somewhere around slightly above 500. That's my prediction. They'll finish somewhere slightly above 500. They probably get to a some low level bowl game because they're a draw. Let's face it, these guys are a draw. They bring ratings. I think they'll get to a bowl game, you know, and they'll build on it next season. They'll build on their success next season. You know, they need some defense, but we'll see. They're either gonna do it or they're not gonna do it. You know, but I wish Coach Prime all the best. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of the team and all that. Like, I mean, I just wish him the best. Like, because I have nothing against him. I wish him the best, just like I wish those players at Oregon, USC, UCLA, and you know, and all the other schools in college football. Like, I'm not really against these guys, nor am I a fanboy for them. And that's pretty much my philosophy across sports. Like, I'm just here to watch the game and enjoy it and talk about the game. You know, a lot of you guys are in this to get behind and prop up men, your man fans. Anyway, that's all I got, man. If you like the video, shit, snap it and then take a 3-step drop. Hit that like button with a spiral. Peace.